we meeting for the first time?
Not exactly. We did meet earlier.
We have met. Okay. But I
Yes.
think I'm getting old, so little introduction is
No,
required.
what I feel is that you do interact with a lot of students, a lot of people. That's why these days you have a memory like a sieve.
Idiom guy.
Yes, ma'am, right.
Okay. So how is your channel running, Sunil? You have a channel,
Mhm.
right?
Yes, yes, I do. It's
Okay.
doing quite okay.
Mm-hmm. That's great. So how come today? Me.
As I said last time, that I look up to you. I have a considerable amount of respect for you, and I always learn from you. So that's why I have chosen you.
Oh God. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sunil. And thank you so much for your kind words. I can see that your topic is also very interesting today. So if you do
Yes,
not have any question, we can directly jump up to the topic.
yes, sure, ma'am.
Okay, great. So your topic is interview. So my first question, have you ever given any interview or recently if you have come across with any interview?
Not recently, but earlier I used to face a lot of interviews in terms to get a job in a multinational company. There I faced a lot of interviews where I was rejected most of the times.
Mhm. And
Yes.
what was the reason for the rejection?
It was the beginning of my learning this beautiful language, and I was not aware of so many things. Pronunciation was the barrier, sentence structure was also the barrier, lack of knowledge, no expression on face. There were a few things which I had to work on. And bit by bit, I got to know, okay, this is the reason, this is the thing. And there I used to fabricate things. There I used to tell a white lie. Means I used to have the fake experience in order to get the higher salary package. So,
Mm-hmm.
and where I did not have any experience, in order to get a job, being a fresher, I applied as as an experienced person. So they asked me about my last organization, which I did not know anything about. There I was trapped. There I got the rejection.
Okay.
Yes.
So that point in time when you got to know about your communication skills, then later on, how did you start working for it? Where did you get this motivation to start working on this language?
Ma'am, I'm open to getting feedbacks. If I get any feedback or which I feel okay, this is really true, I do need to work on that. I always work on my feedback. Whatever feedback I got from these people, from the HRs, then I started working on that. And I was so aspired to get a job in a multinational company.
Mhm.
It was like a dream come true for me, and I really wanted to work there. People those who work there, they always narrated the stories like that. I used to envision things, okay, this would happen if I worked. I would get I would work only for 5 days. I would get one time meal. I would get both side cabs. Or the ambience of multinational companies is amazing. Night I wanted to work at night. I wanted to live a night life. Yes, I wanted to be and yes, I wanted to be a night owl.
Oh my God.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so have you ever got the chance to do it?
To take interview, to
No.
ask questions from people. Okay,
You too.
yes, I got it.
Yes.
Yes, yes, finally it happened. Hard work
Mhm.
pays off. One day I knew I would do that, I would make it happen. Yes, I got a job. I started working with one of the finest companies, that was FIS. It was somewhere in Gurugram. There I worked more or less for 2 years.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. And it was when?
I got a job in 2015. Till 2017, I worked there.
Okay. I really would like to know about the rejection period and the interview clearance period. What was the period in between, and how did you come up so fast?
Okay. Ma'am, I did my BTech in 2012. After that, I started facing some of the interviews. From there, it continued. Before working in a multinational company, like as I mentioned, FIS. Before that, there were a couple of companies I did work with them. The first one was Just Dial. There, for me, ma'am, in 2013, I guess I got a job in Just Dial, and it was an uphill task to clear that interview. Some basic questions were there. Now I feel they are basic, but being a beginner of this language, I would not say they are easy. Now I feel they are easy. So I cleared that means that interview, and before that I went to multiple consultancies. There there were some consultants. They used to tell me, okay, you make a mistake in this part, you need to work on this part. That's how I got to know my mistakes. As I said, ma'am, I sincerely worked on my mistakes. This was the first beginning, and in Just Dial, I did not enjoy what I was doing. I I I felt that I was under people's thumb. I was working like a slave there. I was working like a dog, and they, the call flow was very much. In one day, ma'am, you will be amazed to know that there were more than 500 calls which I had to attend. Yes, and the duration was very less. I had to answer the phone call within a minute or less than a minute.
Oh God. So
Yes,
if I count even the average time frame that you have spoken on phone, what was that?
average would be, ma'am, 30 to 40 seconds.
That's it.
Yes,
It's
what?
like how,
Let me
uh-huh.
tell you how it works, ma'am. If you want to have the numbers, if you want to know about any dominoes,
Mm-hmm.
for instance, if I live in Model Town,
Mm-hmm.
I'm home. I want to get the number of dominoes in my area. I
Mm-hmm.
would be connected with Just Dial. I'll tell them, okay, I need the number, and we have the searching engine. We had a software which worked like Google. We
Mm.
typed things there, and it came in the text format, and we sent the message to the person who was asking. That's it. That's why it was so quick. And after that, they didn't
Okay.
ask. They got the numbers. You can
Okay.
give it a try. Yes, how it works, you would know this better.
Okay. And any bad experience? You took time to find out the number and people started shouting.
Initially, it happened because I was
Okay.
getting the hang of it. Initially, I did not know how to get information. Ma'am, there were some of the hotels. Their names were very difficult to find. Pakilio, I still do not know how to pronounce them. Lee Meriden was there. I was not very good at spelling. Yes,
Yeah.
there were some other hotels which still I have not heard of. But people came to me. There, I used to take help from my seniors. I used
Okay.
to put them on hold. Yes, then only there the call extended. Otherwise, if I was aware of any information, I did not take much time. I quickly gave the information. They were impressed. They used to give us rating, ma'am, on the basis of that.
Mm-hmm.
How was
Okay.
the representative like this?
So how long did you work there?
Not very much. As I said, I was very much tired of doing the same thing.
Mm.
I must
Okay.
have worked barely for 6 months.
Okay. But there you learned a lot and that opened your other channels, I guess.
Yes, yes, I did learn so many things. And ma'am,
Okay.
I developed a habit of saying thank you to Just Dial, or in Hindi, Namaste to Just Dial, something like that. Or whenever I talk to my friends, my relatives, same like feelings came that point of time. Same tone came. Okay, I was like this. I was this much into that particular work.
Mhm. No, I fully understand because at one point in time, I also started doing it. Everybody, thank you for calling me. Thank you for calling
Yes,
customers.
yes, I like that. Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes,
Yes.
when I'm sleeping and somebody goes, welcome to customer service. Yeah, who is this? And it's like, hey, it's Ma'am. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, that
Yes, ma'am.
happened.
Yes, it was indeed like this.
I know. But I think working in BPO industry, it's like a turning point of your life. You get so much exposure regarding your communication in speaking, listening, understanding, writing, and in fact, everything. It actually enhances your skills, all four life skills: reading, writing, listening, speaking. I
Yes.
think if I would um, if I would give credit to the BPO experience, I think I started my official journey in BPO. Otherwise, before that, I was taking freelancing projects only because I started working long back when I was doing my graduation. So since then, I was working. I got so many projects with designing companies, designing institutes, wherein I was taking crash course of grammar, and then I was myself doing my PhD. And when I was doing PhD, that point in time, I got an opportunity to teach MPhil students because my teacher recommended, so I took it, but then I did not teach it for a longer period of time because when you have not cleared something, it sounds very stupid. So I
Yes.
just quit that. But then later on, I worked with Polytechnic. There was an institute wherein I work as a spoken English trainer. Then I moved to Delhi and I started my first BPO job. And that point in time, getting the job was very difficult in BPOs.
Yes,
That point in
ma'am.
time, they had their norms actually very high, and I'm talking about 2003. So when I cleared my interview, my brother was very excited. I'm just like, it's okay. It was just a simple interview. You don't know.
Yes.
So that point in time, and today I can realize it because my journey started there. I gave good consistency there. I worked there for good 6 years. Then I had to leave country because I got married and I left the country. Then only I left the job. Otherwise, I was very happy with my service, with my job, I would say, company. So,
Yes.
your first question, I think we had enough discussion about this. Let's move on to the first question. So,
Sure.
now if you have to give your interviews in any organization, how will you prepare yourself for an interview?
All right. First things first, I would like to know much about that organization. If I apply for Google, I would like to know much about Google, when it was established, what it deals in, and these are the things I need to know. I also need to know what profile I am applying for. Sometimes people do not know what profile they are applying for. This is a thing I would take care of, and then I would do my own research. I would like to know what kind of questions are asked there. And the
Mhm.
thing is that it depends. If you apply as a fresher or as an experienced person, the flurry of questions which were asked or which would be asked from you, they become different. I would go for that too. And whatever I do, or especially when I face interviews, I practice a lot. Before facing any interview, I would go for the practice. I would ask questions from myself. Okay, if I'm asked this question, how would I answer? That's how I would prepare. These are
Mhm.
things I would do. Yes.
Great. And you would be practicing in front of mirror if I'm not wrong, because then only
Yes.
you can ask questions to yourself.
Right.
Great.
Right.
One more suggestion I would like to add on here: whosoever wants to go for an interview and they feel less confident or some kind of problem they feel, because nervousness is something which is very obvious when you go for your dream job or when you
Yes.
go for your dream company interview. So, dream companies interview, again, it is not very hard to crack, but people feel, pata nahi kya hoga, what will happen.
Right.
So that point in time, a simple remedy can work, which I actually tell to every student: whatever problem you feel it's there in your personality, please do every day a small recording of yourself for good 3 minutes to review your own problems. Because feedback is important. Some person can give you feedback. Like right now, Sarika can give feedback to Sunil. It may work 100%. But if Sunil gives feedback to Sunil, that will work 200%. Because you are
Right.
your best judge, you are your best critic. Okay, so everybody must create a video every day. They should review their own observations. They should review the video and have their own observations about their own speaking, behavior, body language, pronunciation, everything you would get to know in one go. So I think this exercise can actually help people to boost
Yeah.
confidence.
Yes, ma'am.
Great.
Certain. Yes. Right.
My next question: What should you not do at a job interview?
All right. There, we must not tell a lie. Whatever you are, you need to be very honest with your answers. You need to speak the truth. This is what I feel. Second thing is that when you go for an interview, just enjoy being there. Don't feel very much nervous. Sometimes we start perspiring unnecessarily. This should not happen. We must carry a smile. We should not go there with a sad face. This should not happen. And when we go there, we should not look untidy. We need to take care of our appearance. Okay, and when you go there, and we should not wear shiny clothes at that point of time. We must be there in formal. This is what I feel. These are the things, ma'am, we should bear in mind when we face interviews.
Okay, absolutely. The first point is absolutely important. I think you just spilled your beans, so you knew it that not to tell lie. This is the first thing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, so my last question: how should you conduct yourself during an interview? So, adding to something to your things that you have just said.
Yes, there we need to highlight positive aspects of our life, or we do need to mention our strengths. That okay, I am very good at this particular thing. If you give me any task, I will do it with all my heart. I would do it timely. This is the thing. And talk about your attributes, what you are truly good at, or what you have achieved so far. This can leave a good impression on the interviewers.
Absolutely. If I want to ask you one question as an interviewer, if I ask, what are your strengths and weaknesses? So, what would you like to say?
I would say that I don't know whether it would be the part of strength. I would say I'm an honest person. Second is I'm hardworking. And the third, if I'm allowed to mention, then I would say that I'm a quick learner too.
Okay. So, why did you say that if you can count it, or I don't know whether it's positive or negative? Why did you say honesty can come in negative terms? Why do
Okay,
you
let
feel
me
that?
tell you this. Okay, what my experience is, if you are very much honest with your customers, I know that if I'm in a situation where I know I have got a customer where his services are not working, and I can see that evidently, okay, this person has a lot of problems and this problem is not going to be fixed very quickly. If I being very honest with the customer, he'll be very angry. If I say that okay, you are not going to avail services for 1 month, he'll be very angry. There we need to be a bit dishonest means you need to know how to play with words. I need
Diplomat.
to, yes, diplomat. Yes, yes, right.
Diplomatic.
Yes, we need to be diplomatic. Yes, ma'am.
Exactly. So if I say just tell me one of your weaknesses, will you tell your original weakness or your real weakness, or you would give the answer in such a way that that weakness should also be counted as your strength?
Yes, yes. It's up to you how you see that. And ma'am, for me, what I feel is sometimes I'm not aware of my weaknesses. That I truly do not know what my weaknesses are. If
Mhm.
I know my weaknesses, I would certainly work on them. Every time I find that okay, I'm not good at this particular thing. I'm not good at this. So how many weaknesses would I consider for myself? This is the thing. And
My
as you
question
said,
is,
ma'am. Mhm.
so sorry, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am, as you said that yes, our weakness can turn into a great strength of ours. If I
Mhm.
say that I'm lazy, but laziness can be the right form of strength.
How?
How, let me tell you, the people I'm like this. Whenever I'm fond of getting footy wings, as you last time taught me one of the idioms that was take a cat nap. If I'm fond of taking a cat nap, if I know I have some relatives and today it's not going to happen,
Mhm.
I will create a situation, I'll make myself, or I would make things like that where I would certainly get some sleep. No matter what, I would do that. And same goes with things. If I know that I need to do it and I need to leave my office a bit early,
Hmm.
I would do that work so quickly. That's how I feel. I think Steve Jobs or Steve Jobs said once he likes to give jobs to lazy people, or Steve Jobs or someone yes said like that.
Okay, I fully understand where you're coming from now. But at the same time, I would like to tell you, in case if any of these times, like any of the interviews, if you have to go for this question, never give your weaknesses on faces, because it will always be counted as a negative thing. And tomorrow, when it's a, let's say you join the company, and in case if you want to go for appraisals or it is your promotion which is due, you would definitely be facing issues, because organizations have this thing in mind that this is your weakness, and they might take an advantage or super advantage of that thing. Always give out your disadvantage or your weakness as a term of strength. For example, you can simply say, I think my only weakness is I cannot ignore deadlines. And if I
Oh,
just have to reach deadline, if the deadline you would give me 15, I would like to try to finish that work by 7 or 8, so that I can have ample time to test it, retest it again and
mm,
again before I hand over it to you. So I think this is the only weakness I have, that I am very passionate. I am workaholic. People say it is my weakness, but I take it as my strength.
yes, yes, yes. That's
Right?
absolutely right, ma'am.
So we still have 4 5 minutes. So let's go for the next question.
Yes, please.
Hmm. How will you prepare yourself for an online interview?
For online interview, same I would do as I am going to do for walk-in interviews.
Mhm. Apart from that, any such preparation you would like to take, keeping
Preparation,
virtual?
I would like to check my mobile twice or thrice. I would
Mhm.
check if my phone is fully charged. Second, I would like to check the internet connectivity. If I have Wi-Fi connection, I would rely on that, but you never know what's going to happen. I would
Mhm.
also take care of my mobile phone data. If I know tomorrow is going to be my
Mhm.
interview, what I
Mhm.
would do is I would save my data for next day. This is what
Mhm.
I can do. Yes, these are the things I would do, and I would make sure whatever room I face the interview in, yes, it should not be noisy and it should be quiet.
Exactly. No disturbance. How about the dress code? Certainly.
Ma'am, till here only shirt would work.
I just love this. Nowadays I'm taking, I will talk about my recent batch. Now, not nowadays, I'll talk about my recent batch. I'm taking the classes for aviation industry. So there are a lot of air hostesses. So one day an inspection was done and everybody had to stand up. I cannot forget that day when everybody was wearing shorts, Balmura, pajamas. It's like everybody got nicely. So I cannot forget. And this is one of the rules, that they have to get ready the way they have to get ready as a cabin crew for the flight or ground staff. You know how decked up they are. They have to be on makeup 24/7 if they have
Right.
24/7 shift. So their rigorous shift, they have to look nice, they have to take care of your health, they have to stay hydrated. So many things that they have to do. I cannot forget that day. So just now, as you said, I recalled that. Okay. It was a good session. I really loved it. How about you?
So
Anything
did
to
I.
add on?
Always, I always enjoy being with you, ma'am.
Pleasure is all mine. So, Sunil, take good care of yourself. Hope to see you again someday.
Yeah,
And
sure.
festive seasons are going on. So, festive season is going on because two festivals have already gone. So, I think
Right.
Diwali is coming, it's around the corner. So, all the best. Enjoy your Diwali. Stay safe. Hope to see you again before Diwali. But if not, stay safe and take good care of yourself.
Yes. I wish you the same, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I just would like to give you one feedback, which I had it in my
Yeah.
mind, but I did not give. Pronunciation of relatives. Relatives? No, relatives.
Relatives.
Relatives? Relatives. And second is call flow. Call flow.
Block. All right, ma'am.
Okay, call flow. Cold flow, no, call flow. Okay. Apart from
Yes.
that, I did not say anything. I did not see anything. It was all good to go.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
See you
Yes.
then. Have a great evening. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Take care.
Take care.